So here's a video that's still even relevant today. It's 2010B Commodore. So I've had a water leak from the radiator filler, which is this here. I've just taken it off. The water's leaking from, it was leaking from this O-ring right here. I've taken that out and cleaned it up. I put the new one in here. So that's the new one. I haven't pushed it right in or anything. There's the new seal for here. It goes on there. And this filling it. It goes back in there, it sits up like that. That's where you fill your radiator from. So a lot of people are saying you need to take the manifold right off and disconnect everything, which is not necessarily true. I changed the plugs in this about 6 months ago or something, and I put a new metal gasket on, so I know the gasket's pretty good. Like if you want to do it properly, you can pull the whole manifold off, change the gasket, and that's fine. It's just a little bit more work. But I know the gasket's okay, but you do this at your own risk. If the gasket's old, you sort of are taking a little bit of a risk. You could tear the gasket when you lift it. But like I said, I know mine's okay. So if you're confident that your gasket's going to be okay, this is a pretty good way to do it. So I've just taken out haven't taken them right out. I've just loosened them right off the 6 bolts at top. Disconnected. I got an aftermarket AirPod and that, so I've just disconnected that just to get in there. I've disconnected like the throttle control and things like that, but nothing too major. Move this out of the way a little bit. But thing is, once you just loosen those bolts, you should be able to pull your manifold up, chock a bit of foam under it, just like that, and that'll give you the height to get in there. Under here is where you need to go. Well, actually, you go through that side, but under there, there's 2 bolts. I think they're 10 mil. Here, see, I don't know. I'm trying to do this with one hand, but there's one bolt, and the other bolt's under that, and it sits in there like that. So you just need to raise that manifold, chock it up with a bit of foam or something, and that way you can get under there. You can get this out. You can see I've even left the overflow pipes connected to it and that. There's no need to. You will need to disconnect this radiator hose, but that's fine. Like, you're probably due for a change anyway, so you change that hose over. It's like the job from start to finish. I reckon 45 minutes to an hour. Very easy. I think these are 13 mil. You got 10 mil down there. Gasket kit was $22 from Auto Spares, and probably save you $150, $200. So next time you got a water leak on the timing cover of your engine, sometimes it's a lot of the time just misdiagnosed as a water pump, which it could be a water pump. I've done the water pump on this, so everything's been changed. The water pump, alternator, like all the things that fail have been done on this car already. But yeah, it's a sneaky little water leak, and it's very, very fucking common. Very common. So just to gloss over it, you're loosening these 5 13 mils. Loosen them right off. Disconnect your airbox if you've got a factory or whatever you got there. Disconnect a few cables, like your throttle cable, a few lines, just to make it easier to get in there. Lift up your manifold, chock it, just lift it enough so you can get under there. Chock it up, pull out your filler neck, clean up your fucking areas, new seal, bit of Vaso, back in there, tighten them all up, tighten them back down, and that's it. Pretty easy job. And just so people know, if you do want to take that manifold right off, like you do have to if you're changing your plugs and that, but if you want to take that manifold right off, make sure you put these bolts back in sequence. So when you pull these bolts out, you make sure that you put them bolts back. That one goes there, that one goes there, because you'll notice when you pull them out, there's shorter ones and there's longer ones for a reason. So I knew of a guy that was trying to screw a longer one back into a shorter one hole, and he ended up snapping the bolt. So just be wary of that. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you.